What's going on, y'all? Let's sit up a little bit and put some respect y'all a little bit. You feel me? Sit up straight. All right. Am I good? Camera focus? All right, for sure. Shh. You know, I had to put a camera in my face to just force myself to record something. I feel like I've been procrastinating my growth by just worrying about doing things perfectly or doing something and like not having all the equipment, I guess, or all the things I feel like I need to create my vision and to the fullest. And so I've just been putting it to the side. I'm starting to realize that's never how we're supposed to go about our life or our goals or our dreams. Like, in a sense, I feel like every time I grow as an individual and grow within my sport, grow within just my personal life, I always have to come back to the source and go back to the technique and the root of the issue or the root of the craft I'm like working on. For example, I can put it like a building. Like, let's say it's storming outside, it's raining. You need shelter right now. You're gonna take the resources and the tools you have around you in order to build that shelter to just keep you safe and keep you warm, like away from the rain and the storm, whatever, at the moment. But that doesn't mean you're gonna be satisfied with just that shelter. When you get more equipment, more resources that you need, you're gonna rebuild your home, rebuild your structure. You're not just gonna sit on what you started with. And so I started to put that into perspective of my life. You're not just going to not do nothing about the issue. You're going to use what you have with the resources you have at the moment, and you're going to build something off of that. You know, it's always better to do something than to do nothing. You know, at least I'm putting it out there, you know, and I think that's what my struggle was. I feel like another struggle is consistency. You can't form a pattern and a habit if you don't even start it, you know? And so just went ahead, threw the camera in front of me and was like, let's do it, let's start it, let's create something, you know? But every time I feel like I'm building up to something, my standards start to rise as well. But instead of trying to find ways to improve, I try to find ways to, like, I guess, kind of create an excuse. We'll just keep it honest. Create an excuse, be like, oh, I don't have this right now, I can't do it. Oh, I don't have time right now, I can't do it. But then I look back from other people's shoes or look back from a wider perspective and I was like, yo, I'm mad blessed right now. I am mad privileged. And I have so much resources and so much tools around me that I could be utilizing so much more to my advantage. And that other people would like crave and die to be in this position that I live in. And so with that, I'm just trying to like maximize my resources, just utilize everything I have, equipped every single thing that I can, enable, in order, I mean, to improve and just evolve as a young man, you know. We could sit here and really talk all day. Yeah, okay, I'm boiling something. The house is not on fire. Trust and believe that, you know. But anyways, with the idea of like, you know, coming back to the source, coming back to the start of something, it also ties into your faith and tying back to your intentions and where your heart is with God and with your life. God is life. You know, God is around us constantly, whether we are aware of it or not. And so coming back to the source and the core of everything, where is your intentions? Where is your heart following with what you do? You know, you can be putting in the actions per se and not getting the results because your heart isn't in the right place, because your intentions aren't in the right place, your core isn't. You know, you're gonna fall down and you're gonna have to rebuild that structure all over again. And so really paying attention to the root of the issue and trying to fix it before it tears it all down. Like, just trying to put this in the correct words or in a way that can be comprehended. God gives us a foundation. The fact that we're able to acknowledge and feel the presence and appreciate God is a stepping stone. But again, within the world, words mean nothing without following with action. And I think we're all aware of that. We have been lied to. Even I have been a person that had not followed through with what I said to do. And that also ties into consistency, as we talked about. So words are great. Words sound beautiful. Words form an idea, a fantasy. But words hold nothing and no value without action behind it. You can't cash in your words to the bank. You can cash in your work though, and you get earnings off of it. You feel me? You can get a profit off of the work you do put in. And that same thing ties in with your faith. I can acknowledge God, I can pray, I could say, oh yeah, God blessed me with this and that. But if I don't truly put into action and go throughout my life with, I guess you could say, the behavior, or throughout my life with the actual attentions that, hey, God lives in me and God has provided for me, then you're not going to sow the benefits of it. Because my actions speak for me, And I think a lot of times in this world, we can be so quick to claim something and respond and say something, but not follow through with it. And that's really what this generation has been. Excuse the dogs outside, you feel me? God bless them, for sure. But this generation is really just talk and all about entertainment. And we have to learn to not entertain the entertainment, not entertain the negatives or the corruption, to continue to live life. And living life isn't living life through a screen. Living life is actually going about your life and walking on your 2 feet and touching grass. Simple as that. Going out, that's what life is, an experience. We can't experience life through a telephone or through a computer. And so really going out there and experiencing life is important. And that shows action, that shows growth, that shows a want to be greater and grow. I think we have lost touch with the earth and lost touch with God, in a sense of we lost touch with the life within us, the light, the gift of God within us. And this is I guess you could say, my message kind of to myself. When I'm saying this, I'm not just speaking from a space of, oh, I'm over the top, I'm the head man, speaking down to people, trying to tell you how to live your life. No, I'm telling you this as I'm speaking to myself, because God has called me to not just promote this to the internet, but to remind myself, you're saying this stuff, so now this is a standard for you. I'm sure if you guys catch me on the street going behind, I don't know, a club or something, like hooking up with someone or going out smoking, you're like, wasn't he just on the internet talking about being consistent and productive with his life and honoring God, but he's out here doing this and that? Y'all gonna hold me accountable. And so this is kind of me putting that already out there in the world of who I am and what I represent. And I know for sure if I'm just all talk with no action, I'm gonna be a faker and people are gonna call me out for it. And so this is kind of my way of holding myself accountable. And that's why I wanna be consistent with it, because consistency shows character. Consistency shows what you're made of. It's kind of how they say discipline and motivation are two different things. A person that's motivated is like, they're gonna hear this message, oh yeah, I'm gonna go work out today, I'm gonna go do this and that. Person that's disciplined, they're gonna do it not just because, oh, like I saw this message, but because I know I have to. I know who I am. I know what is needed to get to where I want to be. Just like how we talked about the foundation. I understand to keep a strong foundation, I'm gonna have to continue to build off of it, continue to work on it, continue to fix it. I can't just be satisfied with what I already created. I have to continue to grow and evolve off of that. Dang, I talk a lot. But I mean, yeah, man. that's kind of tying in everything I wanted to say. It feels so good to do this. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been struggling a lot. I've been really struggling and losing myself, I feel as. And with me going into college, actually finishing my first semester, but most importantly going into a fall semester with football and, you know, my relationships. I'm a father as well, you know, my daughter Gianna. Just all that stuff. It's been pretty tough, honestly. And I'm 18, and you know, as being 18, you gotta grow up. You gotta be a man, a young man at that, and providing as a man is a big important role. And so yeah, this has kind of helped me detox and vent, you know. At the same time, I feel like I'm honoring God and getting closer to God by spreading light for the rest of the world, and for some people that might be confused as myself. Just, we're going through this together. You're not alone, and everybody struggles, but that same struggle is going to make you stronger. And the story that you finish when you leave behind after you reach your final destination, you accomplish your dreams, is going to be the thing that pushes and promotes so much positivity, because people are going to see, even through pain, you can build something glorious and something great. And God makes no mistakes. But in that source, I just hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go try to be, forget that trying. I am going to be productive with my time right now. I'm gonna go get some work in, clean up, all that good stuff. I am right now. I'm gonna start leading my life with that. I'm not gonna say I'm trying. I am. I'm doing. You feel me? If I haven't done it right now, I'm gonna do it later. Hold on, that's procrastinating. That sounds like procrastinating. I meant to say, if I'm not yet, I will. You know what I mean? If I haven't been the most productive person, I will be. If I haven't been the all-star, all-conference player I want to be, I will be.